Today I'm going to be checking out the Fujifilm XF 18-55. Is it just a kit lens? Or is it more than that? Or is this not a great intro? Let's crack on. I've been shooting with the XF 18-55 on my XT10 most current firmware. And as far as the test goes, if you're using it on the XT1 or anything lower, just run with it. Now this camera is obviously well capable, but we're dealing with the lens, so the images that you're seeing are straight out the camera as always, even the video footage. Let's take a look at some samples. I'll try and throw up some video along with the samples so you can get an idea what's going on, and really you can judge for yourself if this lens really performs. Decent size on the XT10, it looks fine, and on the smaller bodies it won't be too amiss. Generally on the smaller bodies you'll be resting more with your hand like that as opposed to wobbling around, but the lens is not particularly heavy for you to even worry about that kind of thing. It's made mostly of metal, including a metal mount, and as it's an XF lens you can expect a bit of quality. Now I know I don't really knock this gear that much, but that's because I really do enjoy using it, which is why Fujifilm is the brand that I work with the most professionally. This lens features optical image stabilization. Apparently that will give you about 4 stops worth. You do have a switch there to flip between automatic, similar to your program mode, or using the aperture ring, which has 19 stops. You can see it goes all the way around without a full stop, but they're nice little clicks in there. That's the actual zoom ring right there, so that's nice and fat compared to the rest of the lens. And your manual focusing is a little bit small there, but it works and it's smooth, and the ridges give you a nice bit of grip, and that's the same with the zoom ring. And of course the aperture ring has slightly different grip, but again it's very nice. This obviously comes with everybody's favorite petal lens hood, so yeah, build quality very nice. Now you see obviously when you zoom out to 55 it does come out, but it's not ridiculous. It still feels sturdy, unlike me. That 18-55 is equivalent on a full frame of 27-84mm. That's direct from the web page. Some sites vary, but that's basically what you're looking at. There we have it at 18 or 27. Now if I zoom in to full, there you go. That's what you're getting. And all the samples you'll see, the wides will be the 18, and the zoomed in are the 55. This 18-55, quite obviously, is not your standard bit of kit. Look, I'm out here, day-to-day activities today. Took it out with me. It's cold, hence the hat. It's windy, hence some of the footage. But it just works. What else can we say, really? Well, that'll be in the conclusion. Remember, all the footage you're seeing is straight out the camera, no faffing about with it, no over editing. I want you to just see what I got out of it without squeezing the last bit of juice out of the sensor. Just the lens. Yeah, I've got a bit of in-camera work going on with the JPEGs, but nothing too extreme. Nothing that you can't achieve with this lens. Most of it is shot wide open. You can tell whether it's at 18 or 55. And that's it. Let's carry on. As for the focus speed, I found it actually really fast, considering people call this a kit lens, a standard lens. It's far from standard, if I'm completely honest. The speed, you just don't notice yourself waiting around. Did you catch that? 1, 2, 3. You won't get the floor. Let's go wider. I'm using the back button. Goes from me to the distance. Me to the distance. Not sure if you can see that too well, but it fires away just fine. You're probably not going to be using it to shoot anything super duper fast, but if you are, you pretty much won't have a problem, I think, in most circumstances. But there's a but. There's always a but, even if I don't always mention it. This lens is a cut above a standard kit lens. It probably only got called a kit lens by a bunch of people because it came as part of the kit. There you go. But it starts at f2.8 at its widest, which is absolutely fine. Really, if that's your first lens, brilliant. I've given away some of my thoughts about this already. But once you get to 55 or 84, I don't know why I keep forgetting that, but once you get to the furthest zoom, you're out to f4. Is that a bad thing? Not really. You've got the image stabilization too. I found that image stabilization decent for videos too. Now, I don't know how it come across with the footage yet, because I've got to look at what I've done, but on the screen it seemed fine. I'm not the steadiest when it comes to recording video. Let me hit video now and point it that way. You can tell I move a little bit, and I'm at a bit of an awkward angle too. But it seemed to really help, and I would use this lens on a walkabout. Would you prefer image stabilization or to have a 2.8 all the way through? I can see what Fujifilm were thinking. Good size, great build quality, nice and fast autofocus, images fly out the camera with just the right color. Not particularly an amazing pop, nothing over special, but it works the Fuji system very, very well. Value for money? If you shop around correctly, pay attention, I'll let you know how. Pay attention sounded a bit rude, didn't it? This lens, once again, annoyingly, is a winner. Is it really going to bother you pros out there? Maybe as a cheap backup in the boot lens. Yeah, I think so. It's not as fast as you might like, but if you were really down to the nitty gritty, why not? And I'm sure there's people, especially that live in places with better light than we've got here at the moment in the UK, that would make this lens win for them on a wedding, for example. I say wedding because circumstances, situations, people, lighting, everything changes. You need to be adaptable, and this lens is obviously not designed for that. The 16-55-2.8 is the wide zoom if you're looking for the pro level, but this is smaller, lighter. I'd argue it's as well built considering, and it just works. especially at the wide end, especially on a nice day. This would work out nice traveling. I think even a pro would be happy traveling with this lens if you're the kind of person that likes to go with something this compact. Obviously it's not that compact, and I prefer to travel more compact than this, but that's just me. I really like this lens. I wouldn't get it for £400, £500, £600 as I've seen it going. I'd rent it as I have from Calumet and then go find it maybe mint second hand, or even more special with an XE1. They're out there, and I've seen an XE1 and a mint 18 to 55 for around £265. Now that is a massive bargain, and that's probably going to disappear very soon. Yeah, not really a bad thing to say about it. I'd like to moan about the fact it's not a straight 2.8, but that's not the point with this lens. I'd like to moan about the hood, but I don't care about that sort of stuff. And I'd like to moan that this one's not mine, but if we keep quiet, Calumet might let me keep it. So that's that. We're trying to get hold of some of the lower level Fujifilm X series lenses. Fujifilm are going to look after us with that very soon. You may remember I spoke about a giveaway. That's coming. I've had word that it's about to happen, so I better get cracking recording that video. Subscribe, leave a comment. It's all personal taste, really. I just want you to know that it's an absolute miracle that we got the light that I wanted to come out and shoot this bit of the video, because frankly it's been pretty dark here in the UK at the moment, but that's to be expected. For the most part, you know what you're going to get with UK weather, although you can have 4 seasons in one day. A bit like the Fujifilm X lenses, you know what you're going to get. That's your cheesy metaphor, probably for the outtakes.